morning. My name is Bruce Masia. I'm one of the regional vice presidents for KW Property Management. And today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the importance and the relevance of having a project manager for a large project that you might be doing on your property. When starting out on a project, everybody's always very money sensitive, and the finance of this, especially with the residents of the building, is very key to make sure that when you're going to do a project, you're going to make sure that that project is not going to over exceed the amount that was projected. First things first is you're going to hire an engineer to come up with a scope for your project. And then, of course, that engineer is going to help you bid that project out with a couple of different companies. And hopefully you're going to be able to have that set price that you're going to be able to build your finances around. But one of those key aspects of a job or key personnel that most associations shy away from is a project manager. Some like to go ahead and have their engineer play project manager, and an engineer will go ahead and charge you some type of fee. It could be an hourly fee. It might be a package deal from them. But that's not what an engineer does. And an engineer is there to go ahead and make sure that that job is done correctly. There's a very big difference between an engineer and a project manager. A project manager there is to be the coordinator and be on the side of the owner to make sure that communication flows correctly through management, to make sure that the bid specs that were bid and the job that was laid out is done according to your contract, to make sure that when a bill or a change order comes in, that those bills and change orders are gone over by a professional. Most properties, most associations feel that a property manager is the best person to be a project manager. My tip for you is that a property manager is more of, if you want to say, a person out there that's managing your property, more of a generalist. They might have some experience in project management. They might have experience of doing large projects, but they are not equipped, and 95% of them are not equipped to be project managers. They can't tell you if something is going wrong or if something makes sense when it comes to a change order. So yes, there is an expense, but when you look at it across the board and through the different through the different timelines of the project, you'll see that most associations do not end up falling in line with their projected numbers that are out there. Most of them do go over. You will see that most projects will go over from a time perspective. We do live in Florida. There is rains, there is hurricanes, there's all different factors that happen. And a good project manager is going to be able to keep that project on time, within budget, and so forth. So when you're making decisions out there, don't always nickel and dime it. Think about the big perspective of the project. Think about how much work the property manager is doing now. That property manager can't run a whole business. That means all these things that are going on in addition to the project that you've already put on top of that individual. So it's very, very difficult for a property manager to do both. So think about that as an extension of the office of hiring a project manager. So all these factors will come in line, and you will see that once the project is finished, that the benefit is going to outweigh the amount of money that you spent on it. If you're looking to find a good project manager out there, I would definitely go ahead and go from recommendations. Project managers that have dealt with condominiums or HOAs, those I speak highly of in a sense that I would recommend, because they understand the aspects of the different type of scenario of running a commercial project. It is very different of running a residential project than running a commercial project. So that's a tip when you're looking for a project manager. Look to see how many jobs have been completed or how often they've worked in condominiums or HOAs. that will be a benefit to them. Trying to do a lump sum number with that, trying to say, look, let's decide on a number for the entire job is another tip that some project managers would go on. Making sure that project managers are going to be available to meet with owners, be involved in town hall meetings, give weekly and monthly reports to the residents is very, very key, because you know, residents are paying for this particular project that you're doing or the projects that you're going to do, and they deserve to be communicated with. So having someone that is able to do that or has done that is very valuable. And be accessible, and having someone having that accessibility. I also think that when you hire a project manager, you need to be aware that that project manager should be on site. I don't believe in project managers dropping into jobs or, you know, saying I'll work for you for 2-3 days a week. If you're hiring them, hire them for the life of the project so that they're there on the property. Make sure you have a setup for them, internet connection, an office, table. Some good project management firms will equip an office. So ask if they will equip the office and maybe make that part of the deal. So if you follow some of these tips and you really give this consideration, I definitely think that you're going to be coming out ahead of the game. If you need some help, we're always available as a company. KW Property Management is a Florida-based company. As we are very, very proud to be around for 16 years and have run a tremendous amount of projects throughout the 16 years. I myself, being with the company almost 11 years, have run a tremendous amount of projects for our company and for associations that I'm proud to say that we were able to help them buy. And also to make you aware is that the ones that back away that I've learned from, you know, my professional background or my history of being in this business, the ones that back away from this, those jobs are not always ran in the best format. And the ones that jumped in and said, yes, we're going to make that move for a property manager, for a project manager, those are the ones that become and have become successful. So if you need some help, I'm always available for you. You can reach me by email at masia@kwpmc.com. Be happy to help you to give any kind of information that I can share with you to make your project successful.